Welcome back to the channel. I just want to say thank you for all that come back and watch these videos week by week. Really appreciate it. Today on Cavanaugh's Corner, I'm going to be reviewing a movie that I honestly hadn't seen in probably over 20 years. This is a film that I rented from a video store when I was a kid. My mom, of course, watched it with me because I was way too young. And this is honestly probably one of the best made-for-TV movies that I've ever seen. I remember seeing it when I was younger, like I said, and this movie was just really wild. It really does not look or feel like a TV film at any point in time. It really has a Hollywood feel to it. The actors and actresses in it are great. And it's a movie that I've always liked, and it's never been available on anything other than VHS until very recently, and I actually picked this up right after it came out, and I didn't do a review for it right away because I actually had to wait for it. It actually kind of got back-ordered on Amazon. But this is a movie with Tim Matheson and directed by Frank Darabont, another great director. And the movie is called Buried Alive, and this is a new Blu-ray by Kino Lorber, and they have done a really good job recently of remastering older films, cult classics, stuff like that. And I'm so glad they got a hand into this movie from Universal, because this is a movie I've looked for a long time. And again, I had never seen it on anything. And come to find out, this is the first time it's been on Blu-ray, DVD, or otherwise. And so I had to pick it up. I had to pick it up just for the movie alone, but the fact that there actually are some special features on this I think are pretty cool. It is just a standard one-disc Blu-ray. I'm just going to open it up here to show you. Again, very plain, one-disc thing. New artwork, which I thought was cool. Artwork is by an artist named Vince Evans, which I really like this artwork. I thought it was pretty cool. Definitely a nice update from the old VHS box art from years ago, which was, again, pretty cool. It was kind of like Tim Matheson kind of like in the grave in the film, and I really like this movie. This is a really well-made, kind of like revenge-type thriller, and Tim Matheson is really fantastic in this, in a part that is really, it's darkly comedic at times, but most of the time he's kind of, intense in this film, and I really like him. He's a very good comedic actor, but this is probably one of the best movies he ever did. Tim Matheson is in this, like I mentioned. Jennifer Jason Leigh plays a great part as Tim Matheson's wife in this. And William Atherton, this guy, who was in Die Hard and Die Hard 2, again, really, really good in this as kind of the therapist that Jennifer Jason Leigh gets involved with. And again, I don't want to spoil the movie if you haven't seen it, but it is a very well-made film, and I really love this movie. This is a really well-made movie. And for a TV movie, it is really something else. The movie is only about a little over an hour and a half long. I think it's 93 minutes, and it came back out in 1990. So this movie is actually as old as I am, but but I'm glad to see it finally got a Blu-ray release. And I wanted to see how they did with the new transfer, because this is a whole new 2K master that they did for this. And I have to say, for a standard Blu-ray, this movie looks stunning, and I wish I was kidding. It looks amazing. This movie is crystal clear throughout. There are a few shots that are kind of like special effects / like fade in, fade out type shots that are done for specific reasons. Again, I don't want to spoil the movie, but I could not believe how great this movie looks on Blu-ray. Again, it's just a 1080 disc. It's not a 4K. There's no HDR or anything. I watched it upscaled to 4K on my Blu-ray player, and I have to say, I was sincerely blown away. I watched this with my fiance, and even she stated, like, wow, like, this looks really, really good. And I was thinking the same thing. She said what I was thinking, and I really was surprised. The whole movie is very, very crisp, very clear. You know, all the way down. The detail level on this is fantastic. I didn't really see much in terms of like softening of the film or anything. It's just a very, very good transfer. The colors on it are very bright and vibrant. And actually the black levels on this are also really great. For a standard 1080 disc, they did a really good job. There is the movie does take place mostly at night, and again, the dark levels and everything look great on this disc. Colors were really surprising to me because, again, you know, even though the movie is pretty dark, there are some well-lit environments in the film, especially in their house that they're in certain scenes, and the daylight scenes, but everything looks great. I mean, Jennifer Jason Leigh's like lipstick just jumps out at you now, that bright red and like pinkish red lipstick that she wears in a few scenes. It's so bright, and I was really impressed. It looked fantastic all throughout. The movie is actually, you know, aged pretty well in terms of effects. Everything in this movie was done pretty much for real, which I thought was great. And again, there's a very important scene in the film, and the way it's shot in this underground kind of way. Again, I'm not really giving anything away here, but there is a scene where someone's buried alive. And the way that is shot, I think, is so well done. It has been copied quite a few times afterwards by other films. But this really does, I mean, it's great. The cinematography in it is fantastic. Again, I won't go into detail about the film, but, you know, the way the movie turns out is really, really entertaining. And Frank Darabont, as a director, really glad got some, you know, notoriety for this film because he did such a great job directing it. Like I said, it really doesn't feel like a made-for-TV film. Now, the one thing I do want to mention is that they did preserve the original aspect ratio of the film, which I think is 1:37:1. So it is in a box format, because when this aired, TVs weren't wide yet. They were just, you know, square TVs, and they did preserve that aspect ratio. It's a little weird seeing a movie made in the 90s in that aspect ratio, but it is the way it was shot, and that's the, you know, the original look of the film, so they preserved it. And, you know, it didn't really affect my viewing at all because the movie just looked great. It just looked really, really good. Other than that, the movie does have a, I'm pretty sure it's just a stereo track. It's a DTS 2.0 track. It's very clear. It's very crisp. I didn't notice any issues with the audio. Again, the DTS track is fine. It's great. I would have liked to see maybe a 5.1 in this, but again, you know, it's the original audio, so if you're like a purist or anything like that when it comes to audio and video, you're probably going to love this because it is basically the way it's meant to be seen, and I enjoyed it. I thought it sounded great. The music is great. I really had no complaints, honestly. It's a fantastic looking film, and the audio was no different. Now, this does also come with a couple new special features. It does have a couple trailers in there. It has a nice interview with William Atherton, who really talks about his character and, you know, how he got ready for the role and stuff like that, and how he enjoyed, you know, making the film, and I thought that was pretty cool. And there's actually a full-length commentary by a journalist by the name of Brian Reisman. And he talks about the film, how it was made, and the director and the actors and everything. And it's a pretty nice commentary. I thought it was pretty good. But again, overall, for a standard 1080 disc, this is one of the best, honestly, that I own. I was very surprised. Kino Lorber did a great job. They didn't like oversaturate the colors. They didn't clean it up to where it was DNR'd to hell. They just did a really nice, crisp, clean transfer. And again, I highly recommend this movie, especially if you haven't seen it. This is a great film, and I really enjoy it. It does have that kind of, how can I say, it has a B-movie feel, but it's shot like an A+ movie, even though it's a TV film. I really love this movie, and definitely it's worth picking up. If you're a fan of this movie, it's definitely worth it, because I've always liked this film, and this is a great way to watch it. I'm so glad I got it. And that's it really for today for Cavanaugh's Corner. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, give me that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so I can keep bringing you reviews like this. The channel is growing on a daily basis. So really looking forward to seeing you again next time. And until then, please stay safe and take it easy.